was like, one more minute, one more, 1 minute.
Bouncing it out. Good man.
I'm gonna go to the parking lot, look for you, just leave. Not today. All right. All right, it is now 6:32 PM, and welcome to the Planning and Zoning Commission meeting tonight, August the 4th, 2025. I do have a quorum here tonight. I have myself, Derek Parks, Michael Brayley, Karen Stanfield, Kevin Haley, Susie Mendoza, all members of the Planning and Zoning Commission. City staff, we have Ben, which is the Director of Development Services, and Roderick is the Planning and Zoning Manager. We have one consent agenda item tonight, which is consider approving the minutes from July the 7th, 2025. Commissioners, did y'all have any questions or concerns regarding the minutes from that day? No question.
No questions.
All right, and can I have a motion to approve the consent agenda item number 1? I move that we approve consent agenda item.
Second.
All in favor? Ayes have it. So moving to the new business, which is number 2 on your handout. This is a public hearing and it's considered a zoning change from agriculture district to R2, located on lot 27, block B of the Beaumar Acres Edition. The PID number, property identification number is 148024, Ellis County, Texas, Ellis County Appraisal District, City of Red Oak, Texas. Case number Z as in zebra, C as in cat, 25-16, requested by Nora Sandoval. Staff, please.
All right, thank you, Commissioner. Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. This is a zoning request for a straight zoning change from agriculture district to to a R2 single family residential district 2. They're just looking to modify the zoning district to construct a single family residential home on the lot.
You want to hit us with the Google Maps?
Sure.
Got to zoom out, like we get us where we can see our villa.
Yeah. So it's surrounded by similar uses in the zoning district. So they're just looking to go ahead and develop on the lot in which they would need to do for the proposed lot size that they have on this particular site.
And the zoning was agriculture, is that correct?
Correct.
Before.
We've been gradually moving these to residential as people want to build on it, as I recall.
Yes. I believe it was a similar zoning change request recently just north of this site.
Okay.
And what was the square footage of that lot?
On the current lot,
Yeah,
that one,
it should have been on that survey, I think. I was just
Yeah.
making a point that these are all on septic, so they've got to be a certain.
this
they've
one
gotta be
is
half
just
acre
under
or bigger.
Yeah, just over a half of an acre.
Yeah.
So it's at
Yeah, so these are,
0.75.
we have a small water line going up there for water service and then, but everybody's on septic out there.
Okay, this is a public hearing, and those who are in favor of this item, you can go first. Please state your name and your address, and those who might be opposed to this item, you can go second, or if you have any questions, you have the floor to ask questions. So the floor is now open for agenda item 2, which is new business tonight. Anyone? All right, can I have a motion to close the public hearing, please?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Ayes have it. The public hearing has been closed. Commissioners, do y'all have any questions or concerns regarding agenda item 2?
Just for confirmation, it is on public water. We know that for sure, right?
Correct.
So the half acre's okay. For septic, it meets TCEQ by other standards. right?
Minimum, yeah, that's the minimum. And it's over half an acre. It's 3/4.
Anyone else? Commissioners, any questions?
Were there any letters on dish opposition?
I don't believe so.
No letters of opposition for this one
I didn't see any.
or support.
And can I have a motion for agenda item 2, please? Oh, I'm sorry. It is,
I think
The
motion
public-
closed.
yeah,
We did.
public hearing has been closed. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Public hearing has been closed. Can I have a motion for agenda item 2?
That we approve agenda item 2 as presented.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it. Agenda item 2 has been approved. Moving along to new business, which is agenda item 3, another public hearing and consider a zoning change from RAE to RE, located at 201 Rugged Drive and identified as property identification number 187808, Ellis County Appraisal District. Case number Z as in zebra, C as in cat, 25-17, requested by Miguel Guerrero.
All right.
Staff, please.
Thank you again, Chairman and Commissioners. So this one again is similar to a little bit similar as far as a straight zoning change for this one. They're looking to modify the zoning in this particular subdivision to go from RAE to RE for this zoning district, which are similar in size requirements for this particular zoning district. There's a slight lot dimension modification for this one. They're looking to change and go from what will ultimately be 1 lot to 2 lots in this area. So for this particular lot, they're going to have a lot size of roughly 32,448 square feet per lot, with 104 feet for their lot width for there. The minimum size for the RAE is typically 120 feet. For RE is usually 100 feet requirement lot width. The lot depth for this one is going to be 302, where RAE requires 180 feet and RE requires 200 feet. As far as the rest of the development for the area is going to develop inside of the RE standards. Just wanted to point those out for you guys to make sure that you see there won't be really any change as far as anyone in the surrounding area is going to feel or see with this particular development. The front yard setbacks are going to be the same. The side yards are going to be pretty much the same for that area. It's a slight requirement difference of what the ordinance says, but as far as the feel in the area, as far as development, it should be the same. It shouldn't be any impact or anything that anyone is going to notably feel or see when the development for these lots come into play.
You want to hit them with the aerial there?
Sure.
Because there's an existing house on the lot and they're gonna tear it down and build 2 new houses. Is my understanding. Right? Isn't that what they told us?
Correct. Actually. So we have a. Let me go to it. See the overall area that it's located in, and then if we go down to the area, then you can kind of see a little bit better where this is located at. So they'll demolish this house here, and they'll make this into 2 lots and develop on those.
Yeah, and so this is same deal as the other one. It's got big enough for septic and, it's actually on Rocket water out there. So it's not city water, it's Rocket, and then, they'll have to do septic systems for each house. But the lot size will be 0.75 acres each, because right now it's 1.5 acres.
Okay. All right, thank you, staff. Once again, this is a public hearing. Those in favor of this item, you can go first. Those who maybe have any opposition or questions, you can go second. And if you come to the podium, please state your name, and your address. And as of right now, the public hearing is open. All right, can I have a motion to close the public hearing, please?
So move.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Ayes have it. The public hearing has been closed. Commissioners, do y'all have any questions regarding agenda item 3?
She said the side yard setbacks won't be much different. How much different will they be with this new zoning versus ranch estates?
For the previous one. So currently, and I'll pull up the exhibit so you can kind of see it. Oh, I'm sorry, this one has a letter of support as well, but.
Okay.
Pull up our zoning exhibit. Might have had it on here. But I guess I don't. So our side yard setbacks for this one, the minimum side yard setback is 25 feet for RAE, and this one is 10% of the lot width. So
10 feet?
it's what this,
It's 100 feet. It's gonna be about 100 feet wide, is that right?
Yeah.
right, the lot width for this one is going to be 104 feet wide. So there'll be 10% of that 104 feet.
It seems like a lot, but if the neighbors didn't comment, then
Mhm.
sorry.
Do we know what percentage of other homes in that neighborhood or that street particularly are RE as opposed to RAE or AE?
Is
Is
it
there
what
an easy
perc-
way to look that up?
They're mostly gonna be RAE, but with the FLUP having, the future land use plan, having that whole area is that residential estate lot style home. We'd have to go back and go through all the lots,
Right.
because a lot of them are zoned RAE, but they follow RE standards because the RAE was laid over them after they were built.
We did receive a one letter that's for this agenda item. Suzanne Olson, located at 202 Rugged Drive. Suzanne did have some questions. One of them is, what are the minimum lot sizes when divided? Number 2, what are restrictions of the typical size? What are restrictions on typical size have?
House, is that
Oh,
what it
does that-
says? Typical size house.
Yeah, I'm sorry, house.
You remember what it
Yeah.
is, Ashley? It's 2,000 square feet, right?
2,000 square feet is the minimum living area for the
Right.
house.
And the third question is, what are minimum build sizes of new homes for this area?
Whatever that's.
Yeah, so it's
Minimum.
2,000 square feet. The lots are exceeding, they're I think their RAE is 33, 32,
32,
6,
670.
and these will
These
be
are gonna be
32,
32,
400.
448.
Yeah, so they'll be like 150 square feet under the RAE
Right,
size.
for the lot size requirement.
Okay. Commissioners, any other questions?
Now, I didn't go measure it, but I'm assuming we're certain that it's 200, more than 200 right now, so they've had it 100 from each. I know it's just 104.
On the survey, it should, so do you have the survey
Right.
pulled up? Yeah, it's 20894.
Right.
208.
Yeah, they're gonna subdivide these.
Yes.
So they have submitted a short form plat for these. to where they're looking to subdivide it. It's pretty much gonna be half and half. Or half of this one.
Commissioners, any questions or concerns? No questions.
So are they gonna go lengthwise? They'd have to, right? Because
The
they'll be
lot line will go right down the middle.
right down the
Like,
middle. so
right,
they're-
right where that 7 is, it'll
Right.
go
So,
right back to that 4. right
Okay.
there.
So they'll be adding a new house address.
2 new
That's great.
houses, so
yeah,
taking down the old house and then have 2 new houses out there.
Any more questions, commissioners? All right. Can I have a motion for agenda item 3, please?
I move that we approve agenda item 3 as presented.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Ayes have it. Agenda item 3 has been approved. Moving along to agenda item 4, which is also a public hearing. Consider a special use permit request to allow for new motorcycle and power sports sales located in Lot 1, Block A of the Millennium Business Edition. Property identification number 216997. Case number Z as in zebra, C as in cat, 25-18, requested by 3F Development Consulting and Inspections LLC. Staff,
Yeah,
please.
Number 5 is basically the same thing. It's just on the other side of the street. If we want to just talk about them kind of together,
Together.
if you want to go ahead and just read that and we'll kind of discuss them all together.
Okay. We're gonna discuss agenda item 5 with 4. This also too is a public hearing, special use permit, request, for allowing motorcycle and power sports sales. Identified number, property identification number is 216999. Case number Z as in zebra, C as in cat, 25-19, requested by 3F Development Consulting and Inspections LLC.
all right. Thank you, Commissioner. All right, good afternoon, Commissioners again. So this one is, of course, is a specific use permit request to allow the new motorcycle and power sports sales on a subject site zoned HO Highway Oriented District, which requires the specific use permit for development of the new motorcycles, power sports sales to be allowed on the specific site. The specific use that they're requesting does require the SUP to come before us in order to operate on the site or to be developed on the site. Along with that, it does require that an SUP be required for C1, so Commercial District 1, and then it is allowed by right on Commercial District 2 and inside of the Industrial District. So that's why we're before you today with this specific request. This particular property is located in Zone 4 of the I-35 Corridor Vision Plan, which recommends restricting all automobile and vehicle service uses except convenience store with gas pumps. For those reasons, staff does not recommend approval of the proposed specific use request, as the proposed land use does not align with the vision of the recommended land uses allowed within Planning Area 1, Zone 4 of the City of Red Oaks Future Land Use Plan and the I-35 Corridor Vision Plan. The I-35 Corridor recommends several site design elements as well to be implemented for the development of the corridor within the corridor. Some of those will be the increased landscaping, landscape design, streetscape, site furnishing, architectural character, and the proposed site and landscape plan does not incorporate many of the recommended design elements provided as well. So just wanted to capture those elements and steer you guys towards those items as far as the reasons that we are looking at that. So we take all of our specific use permits as they come to us and marry those up with our I-35 or our comprehensive plan, and we assess those as we have them come in. And we provide those recommendations towards you as far as the staff perspective, and give that information to you and allow you guys to make your assessment from what we have gathered. And I will stand for any additional questions that you may have.
Okay. Thank you, staff. This is a public hearing, so the public hearing is now open. If anyone has any comments or questions or concerns, please step up to the microphone and please state your name and your address, please.
We do have the applicant here. So I will pull up there. They do have a presentation as well.
Sean Ford, 5558 FM 1571, Lone Oak, Texas. I'm here representing CTS Power Sports along with its owner, Chase Ford. This has been a long process for us. We've actually, some of you may remember, we had to go through this process to get the use defined so that we could even have the opportunity to be here before you today. So like I said, we represent CTS Power Sports. We're an authorized dealer for name brands such as Polaris, Kawasaki, and CF Moto. We offer new and used power sports vehicles, OEM parts and accessories, service and repairs, and all the type of in-store gear and everything that you would need for your power sports vehicles. We have 3 locations, one in Wills Point, Ennis, and Lancaster. The Lancaster facility is what brings us here today. We are seeking to move that facility to Red Oak on property that we own here in Red Oak. So that's why we're before you today to try to get that store relocated here. This is the proposed site right here off of 35 and Century Way, next to probably the biggest facility. There's the Napide facility there. We're immediately adjacent to that. This is the specific sites there that front 35 there. We own all of the 1 acre tracts there behind us as well. So the total property we own there is 4 acres. Our proposed development sites together are the 2 1 acre sites there, and we've owned these properties since February of 2023. We've worked closely with staff to develop site plans that we believe meet all of the city requirements. I'm not sure about the landscaping. I believe that we were compliant with all of the landscaping requirements. If not, I'm sure we could work through any of those issues. And we've also got some elevations, which we believe to be rather attractive and will fit well with the other buildings and structures in the area. The significant similar design to the buildings that we already own there on the property. This is a map put together of some of the other automobile related uses that are in the vicinity of there. We're got other automobile related uses to the north of us and to the west of us. So we're surrounded by essentially surrounded by similar type developments with automobile related land uses. While staff did mention that there was some aspects of the future of the I-35 corridor plan that we may not be consistent with, there are other areas of that plan that I believe we are consistent with, and I've kind of highlighted some of those. This is an existing development that was already partially developed, and there's some other aspects here. I'm not going to read it to you word for word, but there's other aspects of that corridor plan that I believe that we are consistent with. Your corridor plan and your comprehensive plan, those are not regulatory documents. Those are, high-level planning documents. Your zoning ordinance, your other documents are your regulatory documents, and that allows us to submit for this SUP process, which we're here for today. And then I'll end with this. This is kind of the economic impact that we believe that we're going to have on the community here. We're estimating to spend about $2 million in property improvements for the development of the sites. And we're projecting around 1.1 million the first year of taxable sales and 1.5 million by year 3. And we expect to create about 20 new jobs. So with that, I'll try to answer any questions that you may have, and our owner's here as well if you have any questions for him. So.
Okay, thank you, sir. And can I have a motion to close the public hearing, please? So
Second.
all in favor? Aye. Ayes have it. Public hearing has been closed. Commissioners, you have any questions or concerns regarding agenda item 4 and 5?
So these would be two separate buildings?
Yes, that's correct. Is it on? Yes, that's correct. Originally, we were wanting to do one facility, one building, but staff recommended against that. So we've kind of split our operations to develop both sites and put buildings on both sites.
Just what parts of the business are you putting in?
We haven't fully flushed out our operations plan yet because we weren't really expecting that, but I'm expecting it'll probably something, maybe parts and service or something like that, maybe on the south side. But we're still trying to work through our operations plan and figure that out, how it'll function.
And back on the elevation, what materials are you using on the exterior?
We're gonna do a stone wainscot and ephes or stucco above that.
Right.
So it is labeled ephes, so ephes or stucco. Like stucco is masonry, ephes is
Yeah, there's a big,
styrofoam.
there's a specific, well, I mean, it's not styrofoam, it's a full assembly, but I mean, we're not to construction drawings yet, so we'll have to, we'll flush that out in construction drawings, but they have the similar appearance. I would expect ephes probably based on cost, but if we got a better bid on stucco, we may go stucco too.
And Roderick, what is missing from the landscape plan that you guys would like to see?
As far as our corridor plan,
requirements.
okay, so our 35 corridor plan suggests that there's an increased ratio for as anything that's built within the corridor plan. So it recommends, and we can go to our corridor plan if we would like to. Just a quick tidbit. Let's look at that, into that real fast. So it not only as far as an increase as far as the landscaping, but it wants a variety of landscaping inside of there with changes in colors, as with kind of like the overall architecture of the buildings and things of that nature. So we want to change in variation, different cornices. If you have a 2-story building, then we want different articulation inside of those buildings. Site features as well, as far as the maneuverability around the site. So we want different things as far as people, if it's walkable and things of that nature, benches. As far as minor things, if there's trash receptacles, just things that makes it more inviting to people that are going to be visiting your site.
Basically just upping the standard a little
Yeah,
bit.
so you're gonna
is-
up
is
the
is
standards as
intent
far as-
of the recommendation from the comp. plan.
Right, from our comp plan, as far as building materials, there is a specific recommendation inside of our comp plan that tells you that it doesn't want more than 15% ephes inside of our building standards on any type of buildings that's within the I-35 corridor plan. So we just go and look at what we're held to inside of our department is what our corridor plan tells us that we are able to do.
Right, and
for-
like you said, it's
yeah.
not it's a document that we're supposed to follow to try to
Yeah.
increase our standards versus a regulatory document. So it's something that from a staff perspective, what we say, well, this is what our comp plan says, this is what we're going for. This is what the requirement should be on a change in zoning.
Exactly. Well, hold on, we don't want to argue.
No, I understand that's needed. I need to be able to.
Okay, we'll give you an opportunity in just a second, okay? We just want to answer their questions in just a minute, okay? But those are kind of some of the elements that we're looking at as far as the staff's perspective when we receive any type of specific use permit, when we're bringing them before you guys or council or anything like that, okay? We're just gonna look at what our ordinance says, the things that we're able to or that we're required to view them against and provide those different answers to you guys to allow you to make the assessment for that, okay? Do you guys have any additional questions for me or for the applicant or anything?
If the applicant's got some additional information.
Yes, we would listen to that.
Thank you. Thank you again. Yeah, that was new information to us. If we had known that there was additional areas that we may or may not have been compliant with, would have tried to address that. I think we're more than open to making some changes to the landscaping plan to try to attempt to comply with what staff's recommending there. I mean, that seems reasonable. As far as the elevations, we think we've put together a pretty attractive building. Okay. And I think it's going to be, definitely consistent with the surrounding land uses. I do want to bring to your attention and to staff's attention that in 2019, the state of Texas passed a law. It's in the Texas Government Code, Section 3000, that specifically prohibits cities from regulating building materials. That being said, we specifically put a building with 100% masonry, EIFS stone. Those are all masonry products, and we believe it to be a pretty attractive building, and are looking for your support.
But what did we do on the first go round? It was a metal building, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it was. It was a metal building, and we've upped it from that and got basically a full masonry building.
Thank you, sir. Commissioner, do y'all have anything that stands out?
Do you happen to have pictures of your other locations? What they look like? Specifically Lancaster?
Case Ford, 3033 Wanda Lane, Roy City, Texas, 75189. I do not have pictures of the other ones. That
Hit
we can,
Google and Street View it if you want.
do you want the one in Lancaster currently? Sure why I didn't pull it. 1 second. How do I get to street view on this one? Sorry. So this is the current building in Lancaster. I do not own this building. When I purchased these dealerships, I anticipated trying to move down to here to Red Oak, take this business out of Lancaster and bring it to here. I do have I own the one in Ennis. It is not anything pretty, and I fully intend to go through the same process there, build a new showroom in Ennis as well, but I can show you that one.
On the inside, your intention is not to have any vehicles on the outside?
Correct. Yes, currently, right now, we do not keep any vehicles on the outside. Just during the day, during business operation hours, we'll move them out and then we put them back inside at night. Yeah, these vehicles are pretty easily stolen. So it's just more security thing than anything.
Understand.
I don't have a problem with the use, but I do want it to look as good as we want by our standards.
It's certainly not gonna look like this building.
Yeah, that's nice.
Were y'all opposed to make like the building here in Lancaster, were y'all opposed to making this building similar to the one you wanted to have here in Red Oak?
Not opposed to that. You can't really see it from here. But the face is the only rock on that entire building. The rest of it is pure metal. So it's 3-walled metal, one face towards the highway, which I'm doing that as well. I can speak louder if y'all didn't hear me.
And if this, our building is very similar to this. This is a metal building, as Chase mentioned as well. That's just essentially a facade on the front right there that gives you that square look right there. I mean, I think, I mean, I'd have to discuss that with my client, but I think if you liked that look, that we could probably achieve something similar with our building. And as Chase mentioned, this is only got masonry on the front. We're basically proposing masonry 100% around there with the stone and the ephes.
You know, it gives me a little bit of pause when staff comes in and says that they don't recommend a project, especially when, as you said, there's been a bunch of time passed. And I would thought that, you know, everybody's working together. So it just gives me a little bit of pause and concern that maybe there's more that can be done, more work that needs to be done before we take a vote on it.
Well, a lot of it too is we have to make recommendations based on our comp plan.
Right.
Right, and so that's leading the charge in anything we are having to recommend.
So did we not look at the comp plan prior to giving them the recommendations, or they just
Uh,
didn't match up in time?
Well, previously, the use wasn't allowed anywhere, and so now it's allowed, you know, to button up our zoning ordinance. We put it in there,
Okay.
allowed it in various districts, and with the HO area
They're
being
Putting two tracks, they just.
I mean,
didn't
essentially.
Line at the same time.
essentially.
Okay.
Right. So, and to go along with that, while we are, I guess, seemingly caught up as far as the aesthetics of the building, this use is not allowed within our I-35 corridor plan. Is the overall that we are conveying here, along with the uses, is what staff is providing you the recommendation of. So it's not just the aesthetics of the building, it is our I-35 corridor plan and comp plan does not support the use in its entirety, is what staff is saying. So staff is saying, we looked as far as our comprehensive plan and which directs us to our I-35 corridor plan, which says no automotive uses within the zone that they are located in. So that's our message. And then we said, along with that, this doesn't also follow the guidelines that are put along the I-35 corridor plan as well. So there's additional elements to go along with it. So it's not allowed as far as the uses or recommended inside of the corridor plan, and then the additional elements within that I-35 corridor plan are not met as well.
What is permitted in the corridor plan?
We have several things that are. We have several uses that are allowed within the corridor plan, actually.
I think it was in the.
Yeah,
if
we
you
have an
it, if you
I
wanna
have you
pull
an
it up.
exhibit. Yeah, I'll pull up the exhibit that tells you what is allowed within our corridor plan.
Sorry, I have a death spiral.
That's fine.
No worries at all. I have an exhibit for you. We'll pull it up so everyone can see it actually.
Thank-
So they are.
There it was, zone 4.
It's, yeah, they're in 4, okay? Oh, well, I could just go up to 4, yeah, because it tells you the uses. So they're in 4. So this gives you all of the uses. So it tells you that we restrict all automotive vehicle service uses inside of zone 4. And then, of course, commercial and warehouse uses are restricted as well, but we do allow all of these additional uses
So,
that are here.
so the sales would be permitted, but not the service. Is that correct?
The
Because
sales of,
wouldn't sales be retail?
I mean, if they were just selling retail sales of helmets and shirts and gloves,
But not.
Correct.
but not,
the-
yeah, because
No.
it's basically any automobile uses is what it's saying.
right.
Okay.
So remember, just a couple of months back, we specifically created the use to allow the motorsports and motorcycle and motorsports use that we created that for, and which is what I was providing the information for, which it is allowed in different uses or allowed in different zoning districts. But in this particular zoning district, it requires the SUP. And then, of course, since it's inside of our I-35 corridor plan, then we have to lend to those other elements in the additional comprehensive plan and look at those items.
Okay. Question.
Mhm.
Did we not several months back go through an exercise where we rewrote the zoning for this?
We added. a
And it
use.
went, did it go to the city council and was it approved?
Yes,
Yes.
it was approved to, so it's allowed in HO and C1, but it has to come back before y'all and council.
Mhm.
It's allowed in C2 and industrial.
Yes,
just
C2
by
and
permit,
industrial,
Like you
outright.
submit a permit.
correct,
Yeah, so the only ones that require,
the SUP.
the SUP is in if they're in HO district or C1 district.
Okay, so how, explain to me how we got to this point with these folks. If we went through all that exercise and they're just now finding out that, oh, you can't do it because you're in the wrong area?
So when it was wrote, then the use required an SUP, so it had to come back before you guys and ladies, if it was inside of the HO district. So the highway oriented district, it was always going to have to come back. Or the C1, the commercial one district, it was always going to have to come back for an SUP when the ordinance was wrote. So it didn't allow it outright for every zoning district, essentially commercial zoning district. The only ones that it allowed it outright in were the more intense zoning district, or the districts that allow more intense uses, which would be the commercial district 2 and industrial zoning district. The other lower intense zoning districts, it had to come back for a specific use permit. Similar to.
Essentially, we want to make sure that our higher protected areas have council and commission input. HO and C1 still need to have high, priority, and they
Mhm.
need to have input.
So it's not that we,
You don't have to, the council can go against what the FLUP says. But we want them to make that decision, not staff, because they put the comp plan in place for us to follow. So they can break it all they want,
Mhm.
but we can't, and we can't recommend.
Staff
to break
can't.
it. Correct.
Okay.
So there are zoning districts that if someone is wanting to do the use, that they are able to go into a zoning district that would allow them to do this outright. The zoning district that they're proposing to do it in just does not support this use as they're looking to do it in, as the applicant is looking
But
to do
that's
it.
the point of the SUP is like, yeah, well, that it might be a good use there, but it might not, depending on what piece of property you're talking about.
Mhm.
So there's several pieces of C1 property up and down like 342. I don't think we'd bat an eye at, but highway frontage, but HO, some of the last limited things we have left. Do we really love Napide on the highway? No.
Well, that
Do
was
we-
my next
do-
point, was
do
we
like
just granted them.
That the
a
council, the
parking.
council did it, right? So they don't have to follow their own plan.
Well, and the other
Um,
thing is that, they own the property. It's not our land. It's their land.
It's your land because you're a purveyor of the city.
Yes,
So it's your land in that.
From
But
that.
I understand
that-
what you're saying.
yeah.
I understand what you're saying.
My concern is how we got to this point. These folks should have known.
well,
before-
they did once we approved it, because we approved, you can do it if you get the special SUP. You
So
can't just do
we're
it.
checking all the boxes.
That's what we did. That's what was our original approval, was it?
Well, the first thing that came in, you'll remember, is we just said no. And then you said, don't you have a way to do, new and unlisted uses? And that's what kicked off the whole thing. So,
Yeah, because then we recommended that they
Right.
approve and add the
Correct.
sports, and because there was no clear definition of
Correct.
that.
Okay, I remember that.
So we can approve this.
you
but
can recommend.
The
to
council can say yes, or we can disapprove it,
And they
and the
can. still-
And they
council
can still go to
can
council.
vote against us.
Body just makes recommendations.
Yeah.
Make a recommendation.
Correct.
We just make
And then
recommendations.
the council.
And you can alter your it doesn't have to be straight, approve or disapprove. It can be approved with X modification, or Y modification, or it can just be approved as is.
I guess just looking at it from my standpoint, what can be used on those two parcels? That's,
You just probably looking at a couple of strip centers like that's next door.
Yeah, well, I mean, any of the land uses that are allowed.
Yeah,
within
well, I
zoning.
guess I was thinking of form.
Yeah, right.
okay.
You go just a few doors down and there's a strip center that's got a spa and a insurance agency and, you know, I don't know that they're any more attractive and probably won't generate as much tax revenue as this operation would.
On how many people are gonna specifically get off the freeway to come to that particular nail spa? It's
As
really-
opposed to
as
coming to
opposed
buy.
Saying, we're gonna buy a Polaris, and so let's go.
Roger,
over
can you
to-
do another Google aerial view of that
Okay.
parcel? Just kind of get an idea of.
Gotcha.
But also remember the tax value is only in the minor parts and pieces that they have there. There's, you know, the sales tax on vehicles is all to the state. It's 0.06. It's not our
Well,
0.0.
vehicles, but,
Correct.
you know, they have a
Yeah, that's right.
truckload of accessories.
That's
that
what I'm
that
saying.
Generate revenue. from.
That,
And
that,
service.
And
that's
what
what I'm
about
saying.
the repair services? That would,
the parts, not
Parts.
the labor is tax free.
But the
Right.
1.5 million would not.
Our estimates based on the sales tax. data,
Sound?
Not.
Right.
Sales.
Right, okay.
So parts, and we sell our accessories, bunch of accessories.
Right. But your sales, it wasn't the tax, that was your sales, not the tax.
Taxes, that's
Yeah,
taxable. so-
Correct. So it'd be about 2% of that number. Would be sales tax generated to the
So-
city.
To the city.
So $40,000.
If you go to nail spa, it would do 40 grand.
no, we probably don't do that.
And they're like that.
So like you said, retail strip.
What is a VCR now? Is that a church? Or is that an old Blockbuster?
I don't know.
Right, I'm not sure. But we're only here to examine we're not here to assess the surrounding areas realistically. We're just here to assess their particular SUP request. It's the only thing that we're here to
Roger,
examine.
can you go a little bit further south?
Right in there's the Nappy
The
storage
par-
facility.
Just-
That's actually about
That's not-
half mile to the south.
or a
It's
bit
a little
south.
further south.
Yeah.
So you got the Hamptons, then you got.
Factories north, but the storage facilities south.
Commissioner, do y'all have
Yeah,
anything?
that's that.
Any other questions?
Yeah, I heard back to that.
Kim, do y'all have any, Susie, anything else? Question for the applicant or anything?
No,
Oh, I know.
I don't know, to me, that specific spot is not a bad spot for that use, because I know these of all the others that they're hoping to develop with other uses, with better uses, more retail type uses. But I do like to look at all the landscaping and stone work and everything.
Yeah, and we weren't trying to say that they didn't, that they did the bare minimum that is required by the ordinance in that district. So the HO district, they have met their X number of trees and X number of shrubs and X number of grass and whatever, square footage, but just the plan just says to enhance it, enhance the baseline.
What does that mean?
Yeah, totally.
Ah.
Like Roderick was saying, foliage colors, so different color trees or different trees that turn different colors in different times of the year. And, perennials or whatever, I'm not big on landscaping, so, perennials or whatever the flowers are called that change
Yeah.
colors with the seasons is, I'm sure what the intent
Right.
of the statement is.
You want more canopy trees, more larger trees along the frontage inside of your parking areas. You want trees that are there. Along the frontage, you want shrubs. just the overall look and feel of the site. It's more, I guess, like I said, more inviting. So when you go to, you look at your different shopping centers, I guess I want to say your newer shopping centers, how it's more landscaped and it's not bare. That's how this site, or how our comprehensive plan is seemingly envisioning development along that corridor plan.
Was the applicant against doing actually what you're talking about, like for us enhancing it?
I can't say that they were against it. When I look at the some of the previous notes, I know I can see that when there was a DRC, we did provide information saying that they would need to follow the comprehensive plan, and that they did make some modifications. However, it came to a point where we were about to come to the meeting, and the revisions that we received were the revisions that we've received. So
I believe the applicant said that the landscaping issue was kind of new to them before the meeting.
So tonight, this specific use permit request is just to allow that type of facility right there. It's not to approve the.
it's
design.
to
Yeah, no,
approve
it's
it's to approve the
site
specific use.
elevations.
Yeah, to approve the
Landscape plan.
specific use request, again, which goes against our comprehensive plan. The additional items are just additional elements of our comprehensive plan that are suggested for there. So our comprehensive plan says no automotive uses allowed within that zoning area. So that's our staff's recommendation as far as we're looking at the comprehensive plan and our I-35 corridor plan in its entirety. Those additional elements are elements of the comprehensive plan.
So
I just
again,
wanted to
like
make
I
sure that
said, if you
we're
wanted to do,
focusing on that.
make a recommendation to do something else with the landscaping or add, or tell them to work with staff or whatever, that could be part of your motion if you saw fit.
Okay.
What are you guys thinking?
I'm thinking that, it doesn't fit, so we're making an exception. The SUP, that's why we're here. If we're gonna do that, it needs to be above and beyond up here.
I agree.
With that being said, I would be for saying approve it, as long as the applicant continues to work with staff, and the council's gonna make the final decision. But I'm sure they're gonna be more strict than we are. So it would be in the applicant's best interest to work with staff and get to somewhere closer to what we're looking for in that area.
I would agree.
How about your opinion?
I would agree. I mean, I think we approved this type of use months ago, knowing that it only could come in there with a SUP, and this is one piece of property where I'm comfortable putting it right next to Napide and in between nicer retail areas, not right in the middle of a nicer retail area. As long as they, like you said, go above with the design, I'm fine with it. What do you do?
I mean,
Yeah.
my thoughts are pretty much the same. Just kind of looking at the area. That's why I wanted to see the south,
And you're
to kind of see where the exits were and where this property was, and
Yeah.
kind of get an idea of, you know, if it would be
we're gonna
good.
Let it in somewhere, that might.
I
be
think
good.
that's the place. Then, if I was to say, I move that we approve an SUP with the increased landscaping requirements and building facade improvements in alignment with the comprehensive plan. Would that be an acceptable motion?
Or do we need to say
Yeah.
better?
Or
Can you help me interpret the plan and say, I don't know, Roderick, what do you think? Like, I just don't know, like, increased landscaping per the plan with a emphasis on trees, flowers, and different types of
say whatever
shrubs.
you want.
Well, I don't wanna go blindly and talk to the applicant. We're both just staring at each other without a plan, right?
Okay, so we want canopy trees,
Okay,
Okay.
an increase in canopy trees.
A ratio, you want a ratio?
I'm sorry,
Are you asking for a ratio or are you asking for a specific number?
You tell me.
let's just say increase. We've got a set number that we have to have, and then
That
we'll,
gives you-
we'll increase
Okay.
that can give us enough
be
to make a
trees.
reasonable decision.
So our comprehensive plan recommends that all developments within the corridor have at least 25% of the entire site tract or parcel in permanent landscape areas. It's the verbiage inside of there. Our current standard requirements for all frontages is one tree per 40 linear feet. That's for the canopy trees. The percentage that I gave you is just the landscape area requirements for sites within the corridor plan.
Okay, so if I say that there's gonna be an increase above the minimum number of canopy trees, an increase in the number of flowers and shrubs to exceed the comprehensive plan for highway-oriented usage. Man, I am like.
Yeah,
this
it's
is
a good
really
one.
Long motion.
That's, it's fine.
I-
Just,
Or you can just request that they follow the highway oriented
That's what I
plan.
was thinking.
Okay.
What they-
Just follow.
but they've already done the highway
We've already
ordinance.
done that. They
Oh, I'm
want-
sorry, not the highway. I'm sorry, follow the I-35 corridor plan is what I meant to say.
Okay, so it's specific enough that we can give direction from the previous. submittal.
Yes, and you can, along with, you can request a specific ratio as far as trees along the frontage, so you can. I don't
Let's
want to
not,
fear
let's
you,
not
yeah.
just say what's in the
Yeah,
thing.
what's inside of the,
Yep.
yes. Okay, yes, you can
So,
add, you can
okay.
request them
That,
follow.
also address the masonry requirements or stone requirements versus.
So
stucco?
this has all of the requirements along the I-35 corridor plan. So if you are looking to.
Okay, so it's got enough
request
in
that.
there for
Yes.
us to give them comments.
To give it
Yes.
for-
Yeah,
Okay,
so that will be the same comments or similar comments from, it looks like previous DRC comments.
okay, so then you can make a motion for number 4 and 5 with following the written recommendations in the I-35 plan that's part of the comprehensive plan.
Let's see if I can pull this off.
Let's do it.
I believe in you.
Okay, motion.
Sorry.
Is there any way, and not necessarily in her motion, but the council be told of the discussion here? And that-
be part of the report
that, not only was it the landscaping, that we had some concerns with how the building. Sure. Materials.
Right, it can be, follow the I-35 corridor vision plan. You can, as far as let's see, you can request that the development of the site follow the I-35 corridor vision plan in its entirety. And then, so you can look to approve the use, and however it has to follow the development requirements and standards as far as the corridor vision plan in its entirety,
All right.
or however you want to.
Thank you. Any other questions, commissioners? All right, man. Can I have a motion for agenda item 4 and 5, please?
See if I can pull this off. Okay, I move that we approve an SUP with an increase above or Jesus. Okay, I move that we approve an SUP that will exceed the I-35 corridor vision plan for this development site. Oh God, there's just so many notes here. Let's do this again.
All right, go
They
ahead.
can meet the division.
All right,
the-
yeah,
Meet-
to meet,
okay.
yeah, you want to meet the corridor vision
I
plan
just
in
need
its entirety.
consent.
And just say.
The development standards for the
uh,
I-35.
Item 4 and 5. So we'll get both of them in one motion.
Yeah, so you just want to meet the development standards for the I-35 corridor vision plan is what you're wanting them to do. It sounds is what you're wanting them to do. The development requirements. Or recommended development requirements.
Okay, don't give me any more words.
Okay, okay. You got them. So you want them to meet the recommended development requirements of the I-35 corridor vision plan. Cool?
This was painful. Okay.
Okay, all right. And have a motion, please, for agenda item 4 and 5.
I move we approve an SUP that meets the recommended development plan for the I-35 corridor vision plan. Probably take a plan word out of there.
I
For,
second.
for items 4 and 5.
Yes, items 4 and 5.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Ayes have it. Agenda item 4 and 5 has been approved. Moving along to agenda item 6, which is also to a public hearing and consider a zoning change from Plan Development 107 Revised 5 to Plan Development 107 Revised 6 for the submittal and approval of a development plan generally located on the southwest corner of Harmony Way and North Interstate 35. Case number Z as in zebra, C as in cat, 25-20. And I believe this request by Michael Westfall, guess he tabled this.
Yes, yes,
So
sir.
we don't have to
So-
talk about this.
Yeah, no worries
Good
at
enough.
all. Thank you, Chairman. Of course, this is our last agenda item for the evening. We did receive a request to table this particular item as they continue to work through this. So staff is recommending that we close the public hearing and table this item indefinitely. And that's it.
All right. All right, Ken.
Yes.
Yes, can I have a motion for agenda item 6, please?
Move that we table agenda item 6.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it. Agenda item 6 will be tabled to further notice. Can I have a motion to adjourn, please?
I move we adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Ayes have it. We are